Hi. Um, Welcome to our first video lesson. Today's video lesson is going to review the vocabulary that we see in The Lady and the Tiger, but it is also a chance for us in a kind of a small way to see how these video lessons work. For you see, I use video lessons a lot throughout my classes, whether you be a freshman or a senior. Now, seniors definitely do a lot more video lessons than, let's say, we'll do. We're going to do them a lot for vocabulary. It's a way for us to get the information out to you in a really fast way without taking a lot of classroom time. You know, sometimes it's hard because some of us write faster than others, and we have to wait until someone is done writing. So I'm using video lessons for us to be able to get those notes down so that we can actually do some other things and hopefully more fun and more active things in our classroom. So what you need to do right now is you need to make sure that you have your vocabulary notes out for the lady or the tiger. When I have something starred or highlighted or I point out, you need to make sure that you write it down. When you come to class the next time we have class, there will be some kind of check or assessment to see that you have it done. It might simply be me walking around the room and saying, hey, show me that you have it done. Or it might be that you have to do a note card check, or you have to go online and do something. But I will always do something to check for your understanding. Okay, and that's where I get the word check. I know some teachers sometimes call them quizzes. To me, quizzes have a little bit more of an oomph behind them. They count as more. My checks are usually daily grades. So let's get those vocabulary notes out for the lady and the tiger. Some of these words we went through in class and others we did not. Both of your sections are at different points. So we're going to use this time to review the words that maybe we've already gone through. Okay? So the first word we're going to talk about is the word impartial. In the story, The Lady or the Tiger, the king thought he came up with a system of justice that was impartial, that he wasn't showing favoritism over one person or the other. He was letting them decide their own fate. So he thought that he was fair. Objective, as you can see, this is a highlighted word, okay? And so he thought that that was the best thing. And because he kind of thought he was out of uh, that he was really out of the equation. Whether that was truly objective or not, I don't agree. Judges are supposed to be objective. Teachers are supposed to be. Solomon was a great judge that he's recorded in the Bible, but he lived in ancient times. And journalists are supposed to show both sides of the story. If you are biased or prejudiced, that means you're favoring one side over another. And if you are just flat out unfair, you are not impartial. All right, so now let's talk about emanate. To emanate means that it's going to come forward, like emerge. I think of the word emanate as like when you come from a dark room into the light, or you're coming through a tunnel, you emerge. And that's the way I kind of look at it. You proceed. Um, so like classrooms, like a kindergarten classroom, chaos can emanate. Smells from the bathroom that emanate aren't always the most, what do you want to call it, pleasant. The example says we've never heard any sound emanate from that room. When it's going the other way, so to emanate is to go forward. If you are going in a reverse of any kind of way, like you're taking something that goes back towards you, to withdraw or retreat, that is the opposite of emanate. Okay? Our next word is the word dire. And here's another word. You know, once in a while I'll tell you, hey, you're not going to come across that word very often. And this is a word you're going to come across quite often. If something is dire, it's urgent, it's crucial, it's imperative, it is, you know, all after all of the things that have been going on with the hurricanes this last year, they told people that they needed to evacuate because it was a dire storm, meaning that it's urgent, it's dire that you get out of the way. Texting and driving can have dire results. Notice that dire is an adjective, so you're going to use it to describe a noun, okay? One of the words that I have that is the opposite of dire is the word trivial. So something like a trinket. My granddaughters wear beaded jewelry that I might think is trivial, but to them, they have value to them. So dire is something that is very crucial. It would be of dire consequences if I lost my wedding ring. The next word that we have is something that is fervent. Fervent is a word we're going to be having actually a lot of words that kind of mean these two different words of enthusiastic and intense. In fact, quite a few in the next couple of weeks. So we kind of want to get this down. If you're fervent, notice that they're spelled both with an E. You are very, very intense. You're very, very passionate. I use the example of like a football coach is a fervent believer in practicing every day. When you talk about someone who is discussing something that they really have a great love for, they might be fervent. The opposite of that would be, of course, to be apathetic. I describe somebody who is apathetic as who cares? But if you're fervent, you are just passionate and you love whatever you're talking about so very much. The last word that we have is something that is novel. If something is novel, it is of course new, that's in the definition, but it is something that is unique, original. There's a word called avant-garde, okay? And if something is avant-garde, then it is novel. So anything that is unlike anything that you've ever done before, that is novel. Since that older method seldom works, try a more novel approach. People come up with, I guess there's a new Oreo cookie that is a lemon cookie. That is very novel. Something that is common, ordinary, run-of-the-mill, then that is not novel. Now you were told to do 3 of the 5 expanding your vocabulary words. Genial, amphitheater, imperious, exuberant, and retribution. Look at the following words here and which words go to which picture of the 3 that you chose. Okay. Do you have them? Because tomorrow we're going to share them. All right. And the last little thing is down in the lower hand corner in the notes that you have about the author. I want you to write down these 2 definitions, denotation and connotation. Denotation is the dictionary form of a word, dictionary definition. So denotation and dictionary, that's really easy because they both start with D. Connotation is the emotion that you have that goes behind the words. If you, so like this is my house, the dictionary definition would be, 4 walls in your home. This is my home has a connotation of something that you really love and there's warm feelings. Okay? At this point, you should have all of the notes filled out, and tomorrow we're going to do something with them. Thanks so much.